Just gonna start. Different level of trust. We've hit that. Just by talking to that, we've hit that level of trust. Hey, man. But yeah.
Better tell me. Kick your
I'm not going to tell you on the air.
All right. Well, obviously.
Oh, yeah. Because that would suck. But no, So, hey everybody, welcome to Modesty for Ugly People. It's your boy, Big Daddy Dominic Alvarez, and of course, joining me, Mike, what had happened was Marrera. So, last podcast, we got a little bit of friction, a little bit of heat. Not a lot, but a little bit.
People don't like us.
Sure, all three of you. But yeah, so last podcast, I feel it was, we were very inebriated. It's not an excuse, but I still am standing behind what I said. If with this whole women's march thing, like, know what you're marching about, know what you're, stand behind and all that good stuff.
Yeah,
so
educate yourself.
So, yeah. So, on the topic of educating ourselves, I was told more about the march and what it stands for. And it's not just women's rights. I mean, yes, it is. But as far as the underlying statement is what the Women's March is about. So basically what Trump's going to do, or what the march is about, is Trump is going to basically take away the right of the women's choice, so of abortion. That's basically like what we said last time. It's like if he did, no, it's not about if. It's he's gonna. So that's what women are upset about, and I understand that. So I'll stand behind you women behind this. Now, I'm not for abortion. I am for women making, I'm pro-life, but I'm for women making a certain choice of their life under certain circumstance. And the circumstance I'm willing to accept, I still do not like it, is if the woman was like raped and, she doesn't
against her will.
Yeah, really? She's against her will, and she doesn't want to have a rapist child inside of her. And it's early. Not 6 months down the line. Because I told Mike after that show, he was like, okay, that's fine. We kind of went on a little long. But I told him women have the choice to have an abortion almost all the way up until birth. So that's a life, man. You cannot do that. And that's not fair that the baby doesn't have a choice.
It pretty much comes down to, if you chose to have unprotected sex and you chose to do the wrong thing because you were just in that moment, and then
we've all been there. Like, we've all been
I'm pregnant,
there. Yeah,
and then you're like, well, I can't handle this. I need to, that's
right. That's not fair.
That's just faulty.
Yeah,
but if you were like against your will and you were taken advantage of, then obviously, you should have that right to be like, nah, I don't want this.
Exactly, and so therefore, under those circumstances. I can't speak for Mike, but for me, under those circumstances, and that gets taken away from you, I'm with you guys. I'm behind the Women's March. I have 2 daughters. Mike has a daughter. We're behind you. Yeah. We got your back under those circumstances. Now, if you fuck up and you can't raise a child because you're dumb, then you don't have my support about that. Then you're just stupid. Dominic does a lot of dumb things. Trust me. And Mike has convinced me to do a lot of bad things. Oh, my God. Hey, you know what you should do, Dom? It's like, what? I need your approval. You know what I mean? That's like the foundation of our friendship. But yeah, hey, we're behind you guys. We are now educated a little bit. We're a little more enlightened from the last podcast. So, and we wish you guys all the luck.
All you ladies out there that did listen to the podcast, don't hate us.
Don't hate us.
We were just ignorant to the fact of what was going on. But
absolutely. And we tried to research. We did our due diligence. It's not like we just started spouting off at the mouth. We really did do research, and not really one site gave us a good thing to said what it's about. But people that joined it and that were on SoundCloud and all that stuff, they educated us, and we did a little more research, and then we found it out. We went to it. And so that's it. And now, because I am on a podcast, and because I'm a father of daughters, and because I'm just a good human being, I will back you women up. I will vocally say I will back you guys up because one of your rights were taken or is potentially be taken away. So yeah, you should rally behind that, and good for you. But again, mine has a little bit of a gray area. It's, under the circumstances. If you fucked up, then you should fuck up. Now I have a saying, and I said it a few years ago. I went up to a carnival with a couple good friends of mine, and I said, if you're gonna fuck up right. Fuck up the right way. You know what I'm saying? If you're going to make it worse of the worst scenarios, make it right. Yeah. Hey, well, Dominic, not all of us could do that. Yes, you can. Yeah. You do have control you could just turtle up and Amazon everything and stay in your fucking house, But obviously you can't. But this is my saying, and you can quote me on this. I think I'm going to actually trademark this. I'm going to edit this out. If you're going to fuck up right. I understand when you're 15, 16, 17 years old and you just want to rub your dick on everything. Because I do. Dude, I'm 33 and I want to fucking do that now. You know what I mean? Your hormones is everywhere, and your estrogen and your testosterone. All of that is craziness. You know what I mean? But as a society, we're not allowed to do that. We're not allowed to just go up to a girl and say, hey, girl, I like what you do, and I'm going to eat that butt. You know what I'm saying? And it's wrong for a girl to go up to a guy. Well, it's actually not wrong, and I encourage it. If a girl just goes up to a guy and be like, look, I like what you're working with. Can I just have that in me for a night? And we can go back to having fun at the bar. You don't even have to talk to me. You don't even have to look my way. But as society stakes it, we can't do that. So therefore, we have to go through extreme measures. Now, I'm not saying you have to go to the extreme and rape someone. I'm saying we have to go, hey, how you doing? And then all of a sudden, now here's drinks and then dinner, and then all of a sudden you get this person's number. Okay, let's go out the second time or a first time, and then you have dinner, and then you just choose, and it really is. If everybody was 100% honest with this, with themselves first off, and then with whomever they find attractive at the time, whether you're inebriated or not, hey, fuck, the world would be so much better. Yeah, you know how many times? No, I'm not gonna go there. I was gonna go the other way. I'm not gonna go there. But yeah, no.
He's been rejected.
So many. Even by my own hand, I was rejected. It's like, you know what, Dom? Not today. Okay, this hand is meant for video games.
This hand has a headache.
This hand has to shampoo his hair today, or her hair, whatever, man. Fuck you, Mike. But yeah, so hey, we're behind you guys. Under the circumstances, there's a little bit of gray area, but I wish you guys all the best. And I hope you guys have your rights
achieve what you set out to.
Yes, I hope everything works out for you guys. Okay?
Yep.
So anywho, moving on to that. Thank you for the listeners for educating us. Appreciate that. MOD4UP, anywhere that's the some way you can find us. Yeah, whatever. Yeah, Mike. So yeah. So Mike, you wanted to talk about something. Go. No, I'm just kidding. No, we have several
couple topics.
We do, and I didn't write them down. I'm sorry, Mike. I was just lazy.
Mine, like just off the top was I was in Target the other day, and this lady and her kid went down the cereal aisle. And I
don't know why I find that so funny, man.
And the kid was like, "Ooh, mom, I want this cereal," and it was like Moana cereal, like how they come out with the new whatever's out. They come out with a stupid cereal.
Yeah,
but okay, yes, a lot of those fucking cereals have a lot of sugar, but she straight up like read out loud what the cereal was made of, and I'm just. Listen to it. You just putting your shit, doing your job. I'm doing the thing, and she's like, it has this, and it has this ingredient. It's gluten free, and and she was like, oh, okay, we'll get it. And I'm just like, man.
Wait, the kid was educating the mom.
No.
Oh, okay.
The mom was like, the kid wanted the cereal. The mom was like, okay, let me look at it. Let me, check if we can get it. And she, checked the ingredients and, saw what it was in there. And she was like, yeah, we could do this cereal. We could do this. And she puts it in her cart and she moves on. To me, I was just like, what the fuck? Like if my baby wants this cereal, I'm gonna be like, all right, baby, I'll get you that cereal. You like that cereal? All right.
Yeah.
But so many, and this was one parent that I was like, damn, what the fuck? But throughout the day, there's a lot of parents that like, no, that cereal is nothing but sugar, or that cereal is like, I'm just like, it's a fucking cereal that your kid wants, like. Even if it's only marshmallows, that they eat, your kid wants.
Son, it's a bag of marshmallows, dude. That's not called cereal, son.
But it's just crazy how extreme it is now. Not only just in cereal, but just everything. Like everybody is like, I gotta read the nutritional.
Yeah.
I mean, okay. It is okay to be smart about what you eat and like, count your carbs and all that stuff. As an adult, but as a kid, it's like, I'm not saying give them just nothing but junk, but if your kid wants a cereal and you're just like, oh no, we're gonna eat mini wheat or what
Raisin Bran or something, frosted mini wheats and some shit.
Yeah, frosted mini. It's like the kid don't like those. Like he's not. You're gonna end up buying the cereal.
Yeah,
you're gonna put it in his bowl. He's probably gonna eat one or two because it was one or two was frosted fully, but and the rest is all bran and grain and oats and shit.
Yeah,
they ain't gonna want that shit.
Yeah, see, and I'm cool. And I hear what you're saying, but I think in this we're too educated now. We're way too educated because, childhood obesity is a real thing.
It is. It is. But so I think about these elders. Like, it was on Facebook, and it was this couple. This woman lived, still living. She turned like 100, and her husband that she's been with for like 80 something years, he turned like 108. These people are living to 100 and 108. And I'm pretty sure they weren't fucking counting carbs, and I'm pretty sure they weren't be like, oh, this needs to be gluten free. No, they lived life to the fullest and did what they had.
Years.
Yeah,
that was,
and I'm not
that
lying.
was 1917 when they were born.
You know what I'm saying? And it's like they're living a long time, but people that count their carbs and stuff, like I don't see any proof. I don't know. I haven't, researched it, but do you really think somebody nowadays can live up to 100 plus?
Very hard, man. I mean, people are like, Don, we're going to live for another 50 years. I was like, you're giving you that much credit?
Yeah,
50 more years?
And
Jesus
Christ.
It's
like, man, I get scared because I feel like, some indigestion and shit. I'm like, holy shit, I think I'm going to have a heart attack.
Dude.
I can feel my left leg.
I was like 8,
I can feel my left side.
Yeah.
I'm still good. I'm still good.
Yeah, no.
But it's just,
we are very aware of what we should put. I mean, the saying it's always pertained since we were cavemen, but the saying you are what you eat. You know what I mean? If you eat nothing but boxed macaroni and cheese like my kids do, they're going to turn orange. You know what I'm saying? So it's true because it's more true now. Now, I mean, I'm not saying it's more true. That's stupid. I'm saying we're more conscious of it nowadays because legal people, I mean, I'm sure they got sued left and right, and then all of a sudden they have to put nutrition facts on what they
and I get
produce.
The fact that you got to introduce your kids to new things to eat, healthier things to eat or whatever. But as a kid, it's like, man, I'm gonna get you this sugar-filled fucking cereal.
Yeah.
Because eventually you're gonna realize, and I'm gonna teach you that, okay, you can have this because it is good and it's a treat.
Yeah.
But eventually you're gonna.
Well, it's not a treat. It's breakfast. They eat this every day. It's not a treat. You can't call it a treat.
Well, I mean, if they want the sugar-filled cereal versus the oat brand or the
I like that.
brand.
I like Special K and all that shit. I was
I do
I was
too.
I was a
Like,
weird
honestly,
kid.
as a kid, I like Raisin Bran.
Well, because me and you always got the bag brand, and we were very thankful for the boxes. Okay,
You know what I'm
so that's
saying?
different.
So-
But okay, so here, how about this? So a friend of mine and I, Richard Duane is at Par Bar Cast at Instagram and the Par Bar podcast on Facebook, I think. We had a discussion a long time ago about my kid. You know, it was a Saturday morning, and I think I've said this on the show, but she was like, "Can I have a piece of candy?" It was first thing in the morning. She didn't eat anything. She didn't, she was like, "Can I have a piece of candy?" And I go, "No, you need to eat breakfast first." And she goes, "Okay, so after I eat breakfast, can I have a piece of candy?" And I go, "Yeah, sure." And I go, "Wait a minute, she's eating frosted mini wheat, or not frosted mini wheats, but she was eating cereal toast crunch." I go, "Wait a minute,
Cereal.
cinnamon. I'm sorry, cereal. Sorry, cinnamon toast crunch.
Yeah.
So she's eating bread sugared cinnamon.
Yeah.
It's the same thing as fucking candy. So
but-
I really had a logical fight inside myself because she saw it. She saw me, the struggle. I go, no.
See, with LaValin, I'm more like, you eat good food, like good, like you're gonna get meat or get some type of like good carbs, or something like a good meal in you, and then you can have candy. Like, you ate good this morning, you ate bacon, eggs, and toast or whatever.
Yeah.
Like a good breakfast, you can eat candy.
Yeah.
Yeah, sometimes she comes up to me and like, "Daddy, can I eat my Airheads that I have?" And I'm like, "Nah, did you eat breakfast or whatever?" Like, and she's like, "No." I was like, "Well, you're gonna eat that first. Like before you go on to like junk food,
Right.
or whatever." And yeah, like me, or like you said, if she's eating Cinnamon Toast Crunch, it's basically candy.
That's what I'm saying. I
It's
was like, but
basically
I had that internal fight within me and go, wait, what's the difference between sugar cinnamon bread and that little piece, like a Tootsie Roll that you wanted? And I really couldn't, inside of me, the logical, like math, science, and what it
She
was,
is
I was
getting
like,
milk versus like, and honestly, like from a presentation that happened in my class recently, milk is not as great as you think it is.
no,
for
it's
you.
not.
Like-
No, adults, we should not be consuming milk at all.
Yeah.
Babies, and once you're out of it, that's it.
They're
You
like-
should not be consuming milk.
Everybody's like, a glass of milk would do the body good. Nope.
Yeah. Well, I mean, shit. Back in the day, they used to issue LSD as a medicinal property. They used to have cocaine, the liquid cocaine, as medicinal property. Doctors used to issue cigarettes as medicinal properties.
What the fuck?
Yeah, because it relaxed you. It took all your stress away. It was totally cool. Yeah, your baby
That's
is the
crazy.
pregnancy really hard? Smoke a cigarette. It's
What
cool.
the fuck?
Yeah,
That's crazy.
man. So I'm saying naivety is naive. That's a real word. Look it up. Our ignorance plays to our faults and to our bliss as well. So, back then, they didn't know LSD and cocaine and all that stuff was bad for us. Now, I'm not saying it's bad, all right? It's actually kind of cool from what I've seen. No, it's
From what
not.
I've
It's
heard.
not. It's not. It's not. But, yeah, so we don't know. You know what I mean? Like, well, we do now, I should say. We do know now that, you need to eat a breakfast, because now maybe people that say breakfast is the most important meal of the day, maybe that's actually false. You know, maybe because you and I, let's say, because we don't eat breakfast, right?
I think it's true because
Oh, you do?
because sometimes I don't eat breakfast, or actually I don't eat breakfast.
Yeah,
and
I
I
don't
start
either.
working or whatever, and sometimes I feel nauseous, or like I feel like, fuck, my stomach is eating itself.
Right.
Like I need something in there, because it does feel like my body's empty.
Right.
I do down a full glass of water in the morning, because that kind of like
Jumpstart. Yeah. I believe in
jumpstarts your
that.
body.
It does jumpstart you.
But after that, water, and I'm like, oh, okay. And I start working, and I'm like, fuck, I need like a quick granola bar or something just in my stomach.
I eat trail mix in the morning.
I eat almonds, like raw
Yeah,
almonds,
it's just good.
and I do that because I'm like, dude, my body's so fucking empty.
Almonds are like a superfood, man.
Yeah,
Just like
so,
avocados and
yeah,
stuff.
dude, and it's heart healthy food.
Yeah.
You know, and especially with my acid reflux that I get, I pop some. You know, I take a couple almonds, and it like clears it up. It's like I'm good.
So we have these modern day problems because we have modern day technology and we have modern day this, and we want instantaneous gratification. That's why there is fast food, and fast food's only 99 cents, $1.50 for these.
It's crazy
filling food,
yeah,
which is food, and it can get you through the
fast
day.
food, junk food is cheap.
Yeah,
and
but like a gangster ass
healthy
salad though, a gangster ass turkey roll, or a turkey burrito.
$8.
Oh my God. And it's not, you don't have no fast food like drive through. Hey, can I get a turkey wrap, bacon, avocado, lettuce, a little bit of feta cheese and stuff like that. You're like, dude, I want to get that. It sounds good.
No, I'm saying we got an
Trust
idea
me,
right
man.
there.
It takes, because of, again, our not gross domestic product, but just our supply and demand. It's easier to get a 99-cent hamburger and get 2 or 3 of them than to get a turkey wrap burrito that will cost you $9. And, it's not, I'm not saying it's not fair. I'm just saying that's just how America works.
Yeah.
And it's like, dude, I do want to eat healthy, but I ain't got no fucking time. I ain't got time. I got to, on my lunch, which lunch implies you should eat. I got to go drop off this postage, and I got to email this person. And guess what? At least 10 to 15 minutes out of my half-hour lunch, I got to work because, it'll help me catch up on my 8 hours that I'm supposed to be working, minus the doo-doo sessions. And
you know
what I mean?
When I wake up in the morning, I'm like, fuck. Like, I want to make my salad. I could make my salad. I could make all that stuff. But it's like, I got to fucking get to work.
Yeah.
Like it's time consuming to eat healthy.
And even then, let's just say you buy the ingredients. You buy a head of lettuce, a whole onion, a whole tomato, and all that, and you chop it up at your job. Guess what? That takes 10 minutes out of your half an hour. Yeah. And then you sit down.
Got 20 minutes to eat that shit.
Eat it, and then you're like, okay, that salad definitely was not filling, and you fall asleep at your desk. You know what I mean?
Yeah, dude. And even meal prep. Meal prep takes a while. And people are like, ooh, I got the meat, I got the greens, I got the, just, I'm like, dude, that took you about like half a day to get all that ready.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like
shredding, chopping, dude. Cleaning.
And,
dude, that took a few hours, man. That
takes
took a while.
It takes like a good full day to meal prep for the week.
I don't know about that one, but I think definitely some hours. It takes about 3-4 hours, maybe. I'll give you that.
Yeah, I mean,
about 3-4 hours. Yeah, because I mean,
half a day.
Sure, maybe, and then I mean, that's a half a day, not all the way through. Because if you have kids, you got to walk the dog, you got to fucking doo yourself. You got to shower. At least I hope you guys would shower.
I mean, I'm not sitting here. I'm not trying to make excuses because it can be done.
Does not lie to me.
That it can be done.
Yes,
but it's just a hassle to eat.
It is, and it is easy to just go, hey, look, give me 2 99-cent hamburgers, and I'll be good, And it's okay to do that once in a while, you know what I mean? If you earn it, or even if you don't, it's just like, look, I'm trying, and like, look, I don't eat extremely
I've even
healthy,
resorted to buying those fucking already made fucking salads.
Oh, dude, those are great. They're like $4.
Yeah.
And at Walmart or something, and you just buy that for a quick fix, and then you buy like turkey
good
meat,
chicken Caesar salad.
Yeah,
and I just
See, that's what I do. Like in a pinch, I'll buy like the big 1 pound turkey slices, and I'll get the $4 salad, and then I'll keep my turkey because that's saline turkey. You know what I mean? It's saltwater turkey. It ain't going bad anytime soon. That's zombie apocalypse shit. So I'll buy the $4 salad, chop up some turkey I have that don't have no mildew on it or anything, and I'll eat it. You know what I mean? And it's a quick fix. Yep. But can I buy $4 salads 2 times a day? Monday through Friday, or Sunday through Saturday, I should say. But no, I can't. That's a lot of money. But yeah, meal preps. I mean, but you gotta do what you gotta do. So I got no excuses. Nobody else has any excuses. But hey, your boy understands. Trust me, man.
Yeah, man.
Trust me, man. I absolutely understand. And good for you people that actually do it. You know what I mean?
Yeah, kudos to you. Probably don't got kids.
So fuck you. But yeah, so on another thing I actually wanted to talk about, a coworker brought it up to me. We were kind of like, it was one of those Fridays where we were really bored, really, there's nothing really to do. I mean, there's stuff to do, but it's Friday and we don't feel like doing it. Yeah. So he was listening to like a podcast or something like that. And the guy goes, look, we're always reaching out for extraterrestrial intelligence and, they've already been here. They've already they've been on Earth and they just don't want to be seen and so on and so forth, right? So he was listening to something and it goes, yeah. So he goes, hey, there's a theory floating around there that we as a human beings in 2017 on Earth, we are actually the higher evolved human beings. We are the higher evolved aliens. Now, there are other species out there in other galaxies and stuff like that are just starting to hit the Stone Age, or they're just starting to hit the Bronze Age, or something crazy. Like that. You know what I mean? So they're the aliens.
Like in those Independent Day movies or whatever, where there's like this sophisticated, more intellectual beings out there.
Yeah.
We're them.
Yes.
And we're the ones that are like...
think about it.
We're the one are the spaceships that are landing on their fucking planet.
So think about what we're accomplishing. If you guys believe we landed on the moon, which I do, I think we do because I'm a Mythbusters
fan. What do you mean?
Well, there's conspiracy theorists that don't believe we landed on the moon.
Oh.
Yeah, no, I believe we did. I believe we did.
How the fuck did
I don't know. Look, they have their theories.
I just watched Hidden Figures, and no, I'm serious, and that was a really good fucking movie, and I'm like, holy shit.
Good. Okay, so anyway, when you think about it, we have been to space. We've had Apollo 13, and we've had a couple of Apollos that blew up, people died. I think, right?
Yeah.
So we've had all these things. We've been to space. We've been there, but we're the ones entering it. We're the ones that are doing it. And I've never seen an alien as far as I've been sober. You know what I'm saying? I'm drunken. That's different. I've talked to plenty of green alien species when I'm fucked up. But when you think about it in reality, we've been there. We've touched it. We've been there. We've gone around the moon and all that stuff. And we can see with these crazy, stethoscope or not stethoscope. What the fuck are those scopes? Not microscope. Telescopes. Thank you. I was gonna say kaleidoscope. I was gonna say kaleidoscope. The kind you turn around, it's fucking glitter that runs around that tube of shit. Okay, yeah, no. Telescope, right?
The kaleidoscope. Yep.
Yeah, kaleidoscope. So if you look super hard with a really gangster kaleidoscope, you can see planets and stuff like that. You can see galaxies, and you can see all this crazy stuff that we can't even comprehend on this little grain of salt.
That video where it zoom it's Earth and then it zooms out
to the sun,
and then
that sun's sun,
and then on it just keeps going, and then the big red or whatever. Yeah,
see, because our sun has a sun, which is another burning star. See, and first off, I've seen some people online that are like, the sun is the sun. The sun's not a star. And I'm like, you are so stupid. The sun is a star, you fucking idiot. Anyways.
It's a burning ball of gas.
Yeah, what the fuck? It just happens to be the big ass one. So, so my buddy was like, dude, we are the intellectual, higher intelligent beings. Yeah. And what if we discover cavemen?
Yeah, that's
what if we discover the Spartans? What if we discover these guys in the Bronze Age and the Iron Age, and they don't even, they're like, hey, the sun and the stars, they're gods, and all the gods, and we sacrifice for the gods, and this, and all of a sudden we fly to their. Let's say we have the capability of flying to their planet, and we go, hey, holy shit, that fucking thing is speaking the same shit I was speaking. L'chaim.
And then you have sex with one of them, and then they're like, dude, he's a demigod.
Yeah, and then all of a sudden, I was just trying to eat that butt. You know what I'm saying? And then what if you introduce eating butt to aliens?
Ooh, like this, sir?
That's not how we reproduce. That's not about reproduce, baby. It's about hitting that level.
Yeah,
it's about hitting that
you ever
level.
Seen Paul?
Yes, I have. Yeah,
that's what I'm saying.
Stupid movie. But yeah,
it's stupid, but it's funny.
It is funny. But what if we were those guys? What if we actually had the technology to go and visit our past humanoids' existence? What if we discovered Lucy? You know who Lucy is, right? It's the caveman / Neanderthal. That kind of transitioned into a Homo erectus.
Homo sapien?
Homo sapien. Yeah. So like it was the first one of us.
Yeah,
so Lucy.
Yeah, Lucy.
So what if we discovered that? All of a sudden they're still in the trees.
The ape-like human?
Yes. So what if we discovered that ape-like human and was like, hey, we're going to teach you how to use a stone axe, and we're going to teach you how to
use fire.
Yeah. And we get our lighter and go, chick, 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 chick. Like there's a thing called fire. Because think about fire. Think about how you made it. Think about how you made. I mean, Mike, if I were to say, hey, look, I have a helicopter, I'm going to drop you off in the middle of the woods, and you have to live, right?
That's fucking like
with your knowledge of how to make fire via friction and stuff like that. That was how it was made. You could not discover fire by accident. You have to know how to make fire to know fire, right? And that's kind of one of my little quirky conspiracy theories is like you have to know fire to make fire. There was not a
you can't accidentally make fire.
Yeah, there was not one caveman that goes, hey, check this out, guys. If I keep rubbing these sticks together, like this crazy thing comes out and smells really good. You know what I mean? And all of a sudden, and then this fire happens, and then oxygen, to feed. Yeah, no, that doesn't happen. So the Naztec Alliance, like I've introduced you to, the Naztec Alliance in Peru, I think, has this human, and they call it the astronaut, and it has this big round-headed human. It has 2 feet, 2 hands, really big eyes.
But you think about it, it's like a fucking spacesuit. It's a big.
I don't know if it's a spacesuit, but it's
I'm saying,
humanoid. Like, bring it up here. We're gonna Google it right now.
What
the Naztec Alliance?
We talked about it.
Yeah, we have, but we're gonna go a little more into it. So I'm saying, what if there was another life out there that helped us discover fire and discover tools and discover all that stuff? And what if we, as the humanoids in 2017, do that in a different galaxy? What if we go there and we
like right there?
Yeah, the monkey. See, there's a monkey.
You remember at a point we did send monkeys out in space.
We did. And guess what, Mike? That's not like a 100-foot monkey. That is a huge. How big is that monkey? That is 1,200 feet long.
307 meters long.
That is 1,200 feet. There aren't houses that big in America. Yet these people have discovered a way to etch a huge drawing in stone. How many years ago? Scholars believe the Naztec lines were created by the Aztec 500 BC. 500 BC and 3 to 500 BC. They're making these gigantic
BC.
Just BC. Yeah. So 500 BC, these huge drawings that you can only tell that they're drawings if you're in an airplane.
Yeah.
Tell me that's not outside influence. That has to be. Mike, you and I have seen monkeys left and right. We can't draw it on an 8.5 by 11 piece of paper. Okay? These are really intricate drawings that these people have drawn and discovered. And guess when they discover it? When did they discover it? In 1940 to 1941. They discovered that in 1940 to 1941. Guess what? That was like 50 years ago. 50 years ago, or maybe 60. It's coming out 60 years ago. Okay, so look up what our technology was 60 years ago. As we just discovered these ancient drawings. What was our technology in 1960? 1940. 1940 technology. How about that? We're gonna Google that real quick. Go back. Oh yeah, okay. So guess what? One of the biggest ones was an actual telephone, not the one that
Like
Alexander Van Grell.
What do you call it?
The rotary phone. It's called a rotary phone. And duct tape.
Typewriter.
So those were our discovered technologies in 1940, and these people found these crazy ass drawings at that time and age. That's 500 BC. Okay, so the technology line is established here.
I mean, we had cars and stuff like
yeah,
that.
Well, actually, that was in the 1920s. But you know what I'm I'm kind of going off the rails here. But you know what I'm saying? Like how you discover fire and how all of this stuff happened. It had to have some kind of outside influence. So what if we, in 2017, were the ones that go into space for X amount of years, discover another planet, and go, hey, guys, I know you're in the Stone Age, and I don't mean you any harm, but guess what? I just here's fire. And not only fire, you can cook food, and you can get food by a bow and arrow. Can you imagine how big the bow and arrow was back in those fucking days? Yeah. Holy shit, it was fucking revolutionary. Instead of just spears and stones, like throwing it at these fast-ass creatures that also hunted you. You weren't top of the fucking food chain back then. Therefore, we had to create spears and bows and arrows and keep our bodies warmed with the climate. You know what I mean? Yeah. There had to have been some kind of... Because every invention is out of a necessity. Every invention. It doesn't matter. The cotton gin... all of that stuff. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. All of that was out of necessity. And can you imagine the necessity from the caveman point of view? Everything was necessary. Johnny Five. So everything was necessary then. You know what I mean? Penicillin was necessary, but they didn't have it. So you know what they did? They fucking toughed it out. You know what I mean? You gotta... oh, shit. He's dead. That dude's not... He hasn't even hit 20 years old.
I've watched movies... like kind of like mimicking how it was back in the day. And dude, if you had a common cold, like something you could take Robitussin or like some Dimetapp, that shit was like, you're gone.
Well, I mean, not even medicine though. Let's think about what we do for colds for people like me that don't like to take medicine and all that shit. Guess what? You have a little bowl of chicken noodle soup, and then be like, "Hey, honey,
or some tea,
hey, honey, I'm gonna go lay down. I'm gonna go lay down. I just need to take a nap." You get the comfort of closing a door, no creatures coming after you. Well, I had to, giggity. But you know what I mean? Like, you get that comfort of going into your room, absolute silence, and your wife or significant other, hey, keep it down. Daddy doesn't feel good. Mommy doesn't feel good. We're just going to keep it low, okay? You have a bowl of hot chicken noodle soup that does the body good. It warms you up. You fall asleep. You wake up $1 million later. You know what I mean? They didn't have that back then. But hey, honey, I'm going to take a nap because, I got this weird thing with my nose. Make sure a saber-toothed tiger doesn't fucking eat me while I'm dead or fucking coughing over here. You know what I mean? It's like if you're coughing, we still have to trek and we have to march our ass over to warmer weather, warmer climate, and maybe potentially higher grounds because that goddamn lion still is watching us.
Let's say we're two tigers fucking hunting us.
You know what I mean? So it's like you have to think of where it all came from. Where did that... Hey, you know what? I can make... A spear is kind of given. All right, I'll give the caveman that. Spears are given, all right? If I poke you in the ass with something sharp, that shit hurts. But think of the technology of a bow and arrow. Because I'm not saying they went from a spear to a bow and arrow, because I believe they're starting to believe that they put the spear into this little hitch stick thing that it's kind of like an arm with a cup at the end of it, and they put the spear into that, and they hawked it like a ball, like if we were to throw a baseball nowadays, it's the same kind of
like
motion.
Like a sling, pretty much.
Sort of like a sling, but it's just wood. Yeah. There's no ropes or anything like that. And all of a sudden, there is called the sling, but you can only get a big enough rock, I'm assuming. Okay, so then the evolution of tools to eat, to sleep, to be warm, to kill an animal, to be all those things. Someone did not just go, hey, you know what's a good idea? If we can throw the spear at a high velocity that'll pierce that thick-ass hide And we can actually, hell, what if we pierced the hide and we took the hide and we took the meat and then bones? We can use those bones, man. It's not like that. You cannot believe that, or at least I don't believe that. I'm not saying aliens came.
You don't think somebody was just like even if it was like caveman style?
Yeah.
Just
No,
like
I don't.
Somebody just like looked at a fucking bone and that was sharp and be like, I could use this.
Yes, I do believe that there were like bones. Yes, this is sharp. We can carve it. Look at chips. Kind of like how the rock, like they used arrowheads from a rock. You know what I mean? It was like, yes, I do believe that. But the technology of a bow and arrow, which revolutionized us as humanity.
Obviously, like a caveman didn't just like go from a spear to a bow and arrow.
No, that's what I'm saying. There are tools in between. What I just said, that sort of, that I don't know what the fuck it's called, but it's that wooden thing with the cup at the end that threw spears at a crazy high velocity and stuff like that. That stuff you kind of don't just come up with. And I will say that, you know, the mother of technology is, or the roots and nuts and bolts of technology is out of necessity. I will say that. So we did need to kill animals that moved faster than us, that had claws, that had teeth sharper than us and all that stuff. And they had fur that they could stalk us in winter and not feel a fucking thing. I do believe that technology came out of necessity, but the type of technology that came out of necessity is extremely revolutionary to where we still use it today. Not guns, but people that are kind of, not the extremists, but just avid hunters that have tried the gun, that kill elk and whitetail and blacktail deer and stuff like that with a gun. But they go, you know what? They take it a step further. They're like, I want to use a bow. Then they use a compound bow, which is a crazy technology as well. But then they go another step and they go, I want to use a recurve bow, which is just an ordinary bow that has it looks like the reverse letter C at the top and the reverse letter C at the bottom. It connects with a handle. That's something you can grab. That's called a recurve bow. Now, it's not a C as in like the actual letter. It's obviously more straighter than other. But that is a bow and arrow technology. That is still primitive technology brought up to the modern day that we still use for fun, and we still use some people use out of necessity to harvest meat and stuff like that. So how does a caveman going from grunting and, you know, all this craziness coming out of the trees and stuff like that, all of a sudden thousands and hundreds of thousands of years later go, it would be better if I get this string and I braid it and I put it on a piece of wood that's curved, and you know what I mean? Like, how did 1 and 1 equal 2 back then? And that's where I feel that there was some kind of outside influence.
Yeah, I mean,
whether it was a higher established humans on our Earth that was already there, and they're just like crazy established already, and they happen to see these, like, they look like monkey humanoids or whatever, and we're gonna help them, or maybe it was an alien, or maybe just I'm not giving cavemen or Neanderthals enough credit. Who knows? You know what I mean? And that's where I kind of have like that. I think there was some kind of outside influence that helped us as a human race.
Yeah, I can see. Yeah.
Well, you shouldn't, because you believe in God. So, see what I mean? Like, you know, yeah, whatever. We're not gonna go there, but I'm just fucking with you. Who knows, man? I mean, it's a cool thing.
Like I say, I it's hard because I believe in, you know, the moral things, or like do right by another. You know, they'll do right by you. Or whatever. You know, and just you know, believing in God, just having faith. But then I also question it, you know, and it sucks because I'm kind of like torn in between.
Right. And that's, dude, I'm not crapping on anybody that wants to have religious belief. I do. I really like, applaud you guys. You know, but
you ever see the video of the guy, he's like in a debate, and they ask about God, and like he pretty much like tells them, But yeah, he pretty much like schools these people. It's like a really old video.
So,
Yeah,
this debate.
So the dude pretty much like says how like God exists and like he made everything or whatever, and it just you have to look it up. It's his name is Kevin Hovind or whatnot, and he like pretty much explains, you know, how God exists and how like things happen or whatever, and I can't explain it myself,
right?
But if you look him up, and it's what is it? Kevin Hovind at his best in 7 minutes.
Yeah.
You know, and he pretty much explains a bunch of stuff about like how religion.
He's a doctor.
Yeah, and
I wonder what he's a doctor of. That's cool.
And it's crazy because like he uses a lot of scientific, you know, interpretations to define God, and it's crazy.
Yeah, there was a TV show not that long ago that was trying scientifically to explain the phenomenons of the Bible, and one of them was the parting of the Red Sea. Now, they were looking at the physical attributes of the Red Sea nowadays, and, you know, the water, everybody knows water, like, erodes, especially salt water, erodes stuff eventually, and especially with the tides constantly moving back and forth, up and down, or whatever it is. Eventually, it's going to work at the hardest stone. And so one of the things that scientifically we're trying to explain how this could potentially be, you know, it's kind of like the Mythbusters. Like, they went to the extreme of if this happened and this happened at this time, then yes, this could have happened. So what they tried to explain was the splitting of the sea when Moses parted the sea. And they were saying, what was it was like the Indian Ocean, or I forgot what ocean it was, but there was a part of where Moses and them started walking.
Moses and them.
Moses and the Hebrews were the Israelites. I'm sorry, not Hebrews. Israelites. So they kind of generalized where they were started to walk off, where land started meeting water, and there was like this crazy wind. But not only the wind, there was this hump in the middle of the ocean, like this crazy long, where the ocean, like, you know, like our beaches kind of taper deeper the farther you go into the ocean.
They're called.
So, but where it was, like, it tapered, but then there was a dip more towards the beach than it was the ocean. And where that dip was, there was a part of the land that was above the dip. So when the wind hit, it looked like there was water on the right and there's water on the left. And the Hebrews, the Israelites, they got passage to walk through or walk on to another piece of dry land or somewhat dry land. So these people were trying to explain scientifically how, in the right circumstances, how the parting of the Red Sea actually came about. And it was actually really cool how they explained it. And yeah, I think again, I don't know how we got into the biblical stuff.
Well, I mean, because you were pretty much saying that we and like the Stone Age.
Oh yeah,
like we had an outside influence.
Yeah, and yeah, it's really hard. I mean, I'm not saying it's hard to deny it because I mean it's far fetched.
How can I like?
Oh, that's why. Yeah, because I was like, yeah, you can't believe in that, or you shouldn't believe in that because you believe in God. Okay, cool. Yeah, good.
Yeah, which I mean, like I said, I'm kind of in the struggle between both.
Yeah,
because I do, as far as like God, I want to do the right thing. I want to, you know, keep my faith. You know, because I know people that they're like, man, you as long as you hold your faith, you know, like good things will happen, and good things have happened to them, and it's just like, is it your faith or is it just because you're doing good?
Like circumstance, like coincidence. You know
yeah, you know, and I mean, that's my struggle. But again, I still keep my faith. I still go to church.
And that's fine. Like, and that's why I think we're really good friends. It's just we have these difference of opinions. We feel that, you believe in one thing, I believe in another. Yet we still have the same morals. We still have the same ethics. So,
and that's what I've always like to myself. My theory is the Bible is filled with just morality. Like is that
moralitize?
It's based on morals.
Yeah.
Like with the whole David and Goliath and Samson and like they all did things.
Well, that's Old Testament shit though, isn't it?
Yeah,
and doesn't even the Bible say
even
the
the
King
story,
James version is the way to go?
The basic moral of the stories
right.
are like your morals. Like you do right by somebody and do right, and you just keep believing and you just keep going and doing right. Eventually, something is gonna go right. Like you're gonna eventually get, you're pretty much you pay your dues and eventually you'll get blessed.
Yeah.
See,
yeah, and that's a life thing, man. If you want, I mean, I've been okay. So may I make
like
this
if you steal, or if you steal from others and you're constantly doing these bad shit, bad shit is gonna happen.
But what if you steal to feed your family though?
No, but I'm saying it's gonna come back to you depending on what. If you're just stealing just because you're a fucking douche and you're like I'm greedy, it's gonna come back to you. Like there's many times like back in the day when Five Finger Mike came out and you know what I'm saying, and I would steal stuff.
That's not a fisting joke. It's just
and it like you would steal something or whatever, and you're like, oh shit, I got this new iPhone or iPod or you know whatever. Mysteriously, it either gets lost to where you cannot find that shit, or you broke it.
Yeah,
it gets broken because it's just it just like happened to work.
Yeah,
dude. I've had my phone because I paid for it and I bought it the right way. I have not lost this phone, thank God. You know what I'm saying?
Knock on wood, yeah.
Knock on wood. I have not lost it. I have not broken it. Like it. And my last phone that I did accidentally break, I got another one immediately.
Yeah.
So it that's where I'm kind of in the struggle with.
Right.
Because I feel that the Bible and all, religion is just based on morals.
Yeah.
You do right by others, others will do right by you.
Right.
You may get a douche or two that fucking fucks you over.
Well, that's a test. I feel those guys, those women or men or women, they're tests, and they're like, okay, everything's been going pretty good for this guy. Now I'm gonna put this hot piece of ass in front of him, or I'm gonna put this asshole in front of him and see how he really handles it, and if he really is truly that way. Now I believe in karma. It's kind of like, I don't believe that if we're a bad or good person and we worship he who whatever is up there, that we go to this cloud in the sky or we go to the lake of fire. I don't believe in that. But I do believe in, if you put bad vibes out there, you're going to get bad vibes back.
Yeah.
You put goodness out there. That's not saying life doesn't throw you a curveball and all of a sudden your fucking tires blow out and you're like, fuck me.
And
what
it's
did
funny
I do to deserve that?
Like, I've had family members that are like, come to the seminar, and they're like,
seminar?
Yeah, there's seminars out there about positivity.
That's fine.
About how you said, put positivity.
Yeah, but how much do you have to pay for this fucking
But that's
positivity?
what I'm saying. Like, that's what I'm
Fuck
saying. They're
those
like,
guys,
put 500 down. And then,
I'm about to put 500 in your ass.
I've been to those. Like, I went.
Are you serious?
No, because they, it's family members that are inviting me, and I'm like, all right, I'll see what it's about.
Okay.
And it's just like, you want this job, or you want this car, or you just want something. If you believe in it enough, it will happen. If you say, you know what, I'm gonna get this motorcycle, and then you're like, you go over, like it just, if you believe it, it's gonna happen. And that those are the seminars, what they're about. Those
Yeah,
are what
yeah.
they're about. And
See,
it's like,
and that's fine.
you
I
put
believe
that
in the
out
message.
in the universe that you know you're just gonna stay positive and everything's just gonna go your way. Yeah, there's gonna be times where it doesn't go your way, but you keep believing that it's gonna go your way. Eventually, it's gonna.
Right.
It's just like, dude. Yeah, obviously, if I keep believing that something's gonna go right, all the
You
wrong
fucking
shit,
dummy.
and then I get a fucking change. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I get a.
If you
I
you want
find
that
a dollar.
motorcycle, Mike, well, yeah, I'm gonna make some money and buy it.
Yeah,
that's what
you
I'm
know?
gonna do. You
Exactly.
fucking asshole. Now, whether I get into an accident on the motorcycle I worked hard to get, that's different. There's no amount of positivity that's gonna fucking save me for someone hitting me and me living. You know,
exactly.
there's no amount of positivity that'll handle that. But I get the message and I agree with it. So when I hear stuff like that, and I go, because I try to put out as much positivity as I can, but hashtag no filters 2017. I don't fucking, when there was someone asked me a question just a few days ago, and I'm like, okay, like, if you want the truth, I'm gonna give it to you. And I told them the truth, and they're like, all right, cool, that's how it is. And I'm like, okay, I'm glad you took it that way.
Somebody asked if you were gay, and you're like, yes, totally.
I started twerking on the spot. You tell
You
me.
don't want the answer? Oh.
Dom, why are you taking off your pants? It had nothing to do with it, man. No. Yes, I agree with the message when people do that, but I don't agree with them charging $500 a fucking ticket for me to tell you be positive for the rest of your life.
Yeah.
You fucking asshole. You know what I mean? Like, you can just, again, I mean, I don't know how many times I've said this on the podcast already. You got to know who you're surrounding yourself with, man.
Yeah.
You got to know. And you got to keep it consistent that way.
You just got to stay positive. Again, shit's going to fucking happen. Believe me. Believe me from experience. Believe me from experience. Bad shit has happened. And I was just like, fuck. Like how am I going to get out of this? But I kept doing what I do, not being like wrong and fucking stealing and just doing bad shit. I just kept working, kept doing my daily stilo, and eventually, look, I got out of it, and I'm doing 10 times better, and still to this day, shit happens.
Yeah. See, we'll wrap it up soon, but like the analogy I wanted to, because I want to make a quick announcement that I've officially started watching professional wrestling again. I went back. I'm starting to watch WWE again, like wholeheartedly. Okay, but if you listen,
I quit.
No, I do. It's cool, man. I really miss it. I missed it since the days. But every time you listen to a former pro wrestler's podcast or something like I do and stuff, the number one thing they say is you pay your dues. You put in your work. You put in your time. It's not going to happen overnight. It's going to happen later on. But if because there are times they wanted to quit. There were times that, like this podcast, I wanted to quit. But I kept hearing Stone Cold Steve Austin say, pay your dues. He didn't say pay your dues, Dom. I'm just saying, and in a past podcast, he's like, there were times where Stone Cold or Steve Austin was, he ate a potato because that's all he could afford. A bag of potatoes. And what's a bag of potatoes nowadays? $2, $3? $3, $4? Yeah. Right? So he said he'd buy that working, as in driving to this place in Tennessee and then this place in Kentucky and, everywhere in the territories at the time. He would buy a sack of potatoes, raw potatoes. He would cut it in half and dissect it, and he'd have one potato in the morning, one potato in the afternoon, and one potato at night. This dude weighs over 200-something pounds, and he's doing jumping, kicking, punching, lifting, running. He's doing all these things that needs carbs, energy, and all this stuff, but he's eating one potato a day or 3 potatoes a day. Now all of a sudden, not all of a sudden, but he paid his dues. He talked to the boys, as he said, he asked questions, put in his work. You pay your dues in anything you do in life, and it will pay off. Whether it's at a great magnitude or minimal, I don't know. That's up to the person and what you're reaching for. But you pay your dues in everything, whether it's this women's march, whether it's the aliens or whether it's, podcasting or religion. You know what I mean? You're not going to receive the hand of God if you just go to church one time and say, hey, I need help.
Yeah.
No, man, you praise, you worship, you spread the good word, not by being a dick and saying, God's the only way. And you know what I mean? You help others by doing right by others, pushing the car out of the intersection, or, hey, you have a good, blessed day. You have a God-blessed day. You just do that real quick. You don't go and preach it after I push your car out of the intersection and go, John 3:16 says, you must push the carriage out of it. And I think Big Daddy 3:16, you know what I mean? You don't do that, but
Stone
you do.
Cold 3:16.
Austin 3:16 says, I just whooped your ass. So, but you know what I mean? You do godly things or Bible-like things by doing the right thing. But see, I don't, I'm not a religious guy.
Right by everybody.
Right,
Do right by yourself and right by everybody, and good things will come your way.
Do it, guys. You guys got this. Mike, where can they get a hold of us, man?
By doing the right thing, you should hit us up.
Pray to the man upstairs.
Hit us up on mod4up@gmail.com. Hit us up on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram. Listen to us on SoundCloud, iTunes, and YouTube. Yeah.
Yes, mod4up@gmail.com. Anywhere.
So
that's
do the
somewhere
right thing. Do the morally right thing.
And you guys
and
got
like,
this.
Share, and comment.
Let me just say, if no one else believes in you, I will. Because there are very few people that believe in me, and now I got a podcast.
Oh, if nobody else believes in you, believe in yourself.
Damn right.
You know what I'm saying?
But I'm saying, I believe in you.
Yeah.
I know you can do it. You. Yes, you. Me? No, you. You can do it.
Sitting in your
Mike,
car.
Tell them you can do it, son.
You could do it.
You can do it, man. And or woman or girl or boy, just whatever.
You could do it, yo.
Do it. The only thing is one foot in front of the other. Accept nothing less than your perfection.
Yeah, man.
Do it. You got this. Mike, you got this. Huh?
Yeah,
you got this.
I'm going to run that fucking 13.1 miles.
Woo!
And I'm going to graduate on July 21. And Dominic's going to eat that jelly donut.
Woo! I got this. Mike, you got this. And you, listeners, you got this, okay?
Let's go, champ.
Let's go, champ. All right, Mike, anything else?
No.
I'll catch you cats down the road.
Peace out.